Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Ashley Cruz, and I am from the Bronx, New York, and I am a professional dancer. I have danced for Lady Gaga, Beyoncé, Cardi B, Saweetie, Future, Meghan Trainor, and so many more. Ashley is a go-getter. I don't know where it really came from, to be honest. I have always been a go-getter in every area of my life since when I can remember. As a little girl, like in school, I was like a straight A student. I was actually a teacher's pet. It's pretty obnoxious, but I was like student council and like just from Head Start to high school, I've just always been that way. And my first encounter with dance, I think, was actually on the street, like the festivals and stuff. I used to always go with my mom, and I would see these dance teams perform on the stages, like full-on costumes. It was usually salsa. So my first encounter was watching those performances. And I remember every time I used to watch those performances, I never felt comfortable being on the other side of it. Like I would watch it and I would just, it was almost like I couldn't actually enjoy watching it because I knew I had to be up there. It's so crazy. Like we don't know when we're young that gut, that intuition. Like I had no idea what an intuition was when I was a teenager. I had no idea, but I can go back and I can think on those moments when I was doing my college applications. My intuition knew I wasn't going to go to college. It's so weird even saying it, but like I kind of knew. I applied to my dream school, NYU, but I also applied to schools that will allow me to dance still. So schools that weren't as prestigious, so I could work during the day and then go take class at night, because I knew that's what I wanted to do. So I ended up getting into two schools. One was my dream school, NYU, and another one was Marymount University. And I remember not being excited about either, and it was so weird because it's like NYU, like, are you crazy? And I had to make a decision, and I remember going to the NYU orientation, and I had a partial scholarship. So there was a lot that I had to do on my end of the scholarship that I just wasn't gonna have a life. And my mom was so excited that whole time, and I'm just like, girl, when we get into this car, I'm gonna tell you that I'm not doing it. So I ended up telling her, like, I'm not gonna do it. I wanna go to Marymount, and I still wanna have my dance life. And I'm just so grateful my mom understood the whole time. So I ended up going to Marymount, and the first day of Marymount, I left class and I was on my way to get my books. I was in the library, I paid for the books, and I'm leaving the bookstore, and like this sadness came over me, and I was like, I don't wanna do this. Like, I don't wanna be here. And I picked up the phone, I called my mom, I sat on like this street corner, and I was like, I don't wanna be here. Like, I don't. It's like, I promise you, like, if you just give me the same time that I would have in school, and you give me that time to work on like my craft, I'm going to make it. Like, please believe me. And again, like, she's my writer. She was like, boom, do it. And I worked at Aldo. I worked as an after-school teacher. I gigged, I go-go'd. So I would teach during the day, and then I would go at night and make like $300, and I would save it and save it and save it. And I ended up auditioning like crazy, ended up getting signed. I ended up taking that money that I was saving from working and like investing in different dance programs, and yeah. This can sound so cliche, but I think there are no words. There are no words to explain that I used to be on stage and on set with artists that no one knows, and that doesn't devalue them, right? But I used to tell myself, Ashley, perform like it's Beyoncé. I would tell myself like, perform like it's Chris Brown, let's go. Like, this is practice, let's go. I would tell myself that. To being on stage with them, I don't think there are any words for that, honestly. Like, it's a dream, because it's almost like it's an outer body experience. Like, I'm in the same room with you, what? So to be on stage in hair and makeup in front of thousands and thousands of people live, it's indescribable. I have no words. Beachella, that the preparation for that performance, when I got on that stage, I didn't care if I pulled a muscle, I didn't care if I broke my neck, I didn't care if my wig fell off. And that's specifically deja vu. There was this breakdown, this famous breakdown that we learned in Deja Vu, and Hove and B were on the stage together, and I just went bananas. I remember I just went bananas. That, I think, was like the best I've ever danced in my life, especially live. That was it. I remember, I think I was in a gas station. I was in like a gas station bathroom, and I got the call, and it wasn't only that they wanted me for Beachella, but they wanted me to be a part of the skeleton crew, which meant it would be me and like 11 other people, only 5 other girls, the other half was boys, to be a part of the structure of the entire show. So it would literally be us, the choreographers, and Beyoncé. And those were the hardest rehearsals of my life. It was so challenging, but it was so rewarding. It was so rewarding, especially the skeleton rehearsals, because you were just a part of the process. And it was basically like, if we showed up and performed the numbers good and she liked them, then it was that. So we had to go in. Like, we had to go in. So it was really intense. The hours were long. I think one time we were there, I want to say like 20 hours. I can't, the rehearsal times were long. But in my head, the whole time, I'm like, she's probably done triple the time that we were doing. So it never was like, I want to go home. It was always like, okay, I wonder how long we're going to be here today. I can't wait to stay. You know, it was that kind of thing. So rehearsals were super, super, super long, and super hard, but we all wanted to be there. So imagine a whole room of people not wanting to leave a room, and we get to actually be there for hours. Like, it was absolutely everything. What inspired me to move to LA from the Bronx, New York specifically, are the things that you hear about the Bronx that aren't so great. It was more than just like opportunity and like lights and glamour and that's why moving to LA, from living in LA and you're not from there, it hits a little different, you know, because you see all this like lights, camera, action. It's like, that's not what it's like back at home. So I have a purpose to be here, get out of my way, you know, that kind of thing. So that's what it symbolized for me. It symbolized like, I need to get out of here in order to, one, appreciate where I'm from, because there's nothing like it, but also just to want more in different aspects, you know? Like, I don't know what it's like to wake up and go on a hike. What? Like, I know waking up and like, on a hot day and like playing in the pump, like that was my pool, you know? But living in LA and like having the ocean and like all of that, I just wanted like a better quality of life. So yes, it was a job opportunity. Like, I wanted more. I didn't want the bare minimum. I didn't want seasonal jobs. I wanted to do this every single day that I woke up. So it was that, and it was also just a different life, a better quality life. Being part of the Icy Gang is actually pretty fucking magical. I'm not going to lie. It's really amazing. It's so rewarding working with artists that have such a legacy, right? So like Beyonce, Lady Gaga, like they have their own legacy. Like it's amazing, you know? I go on these jobs and I'm looking at all their dancers from like 10 years ago and I'm just like, wow, I'm so lucky to be here and to be a part, just to be like a chapter in this huge book, right? But there's also such a gift in working with new artists and working with Saweetie and working with Cardi B, because you get to be a part of that. So specifically with the Icy Gang, it just really allowed me to really express my feminine side, my bougie side, and really be unapologetic about it, you know? It is amazing connecting to like a younger audience, because the Icy Gang is definitely all ages, but when we would go on like these festivals, like it's mostly like young girls and young boys, because there's Icy boys, there for sure is Icy boys. So it definitely is like, it's rewarding. It's so rewarding, and it's uplifting. It's hella uplifting, and there's so much freedom in it. So I would want to say Chris Brown, because I have two things that I haven't done as a dancer, and it's dance for Chris and do a world tour. So if I can have those two things together, gracias, Papa Dios. That would be it. The biggest lesson that I have learned in my career is to stay true to myself. Every time that I've tried to be anyone else, it never works. It doesn't work. I tried to have straight hair for so many years of my career, and I didn't get signed. The minute I embraced my curls, I got signed. I tried to be more polished and act like I had more training than I did. It didn't work. When I was the most raw, that's when I got the biggest opportunities of my life. So the biggest lesson is just staying true to yourself, because nothing else works, period. I love that you said performing, because it's not even dance. Because I didn't choose to be a dancer because of dance. I love dance, right? But I am obsessed. I am obsessive with performing. And that's why I'm going to continue my career in the performance light, if that means acting, if that means being a TV host, whatever it is that's gonna come next in my career, it's a level of performance. So I love that you asked for that specific thing. It has to be what heaven feels like. I like heaven, God, like if I could just say a bunch of words, the ocean, like the ocean's my peace. So again, peace. Yeah, everything that represents being alive. I think that's what it is for me. The future, first and foremost, holds whatever the Lord above wants to present to me. But for sure, the future holds movie screens. The future holds talk shows. The future holds my own show. The future holds nonprofit organizations. I created a platform called Cruz with Ashley, and I want Cruz with Ashley to be a nonprofit. I would love to open up a school, an art school. I want to become an actress. Scratch, I will become an actress. I am an actress. I'm an actress already. So it definitely, the future holds Oscars. The future holds mentorship. The future holds generational wealth. The future holds family and friends and babies and houses and traveling. It holds a lot of things. I want to just keep pushing. Again, performing is like my heart, but I also just want to be an entrepreneur, and I want to be able to give back into my community as much as possible while doing that and just leaving a bomb-ass legacy behind. Period.